Hello and welcome. Today I'm in conversation with Susan Clark. She's an American maritime lawyer by profession. Having lived in Europe for many years, she made Oslo her new home in 1993. Passionate about art and wanting to make a difference in the world, she founded the nonprofit organization Beyond Art. I met Susan in 2019, and before I knew it, I became the contributing artist and on the board of Beyond Art. Today, I will talk to Susan about her journey from United States to Norway, from being a lawyer to developing a passion for art. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you, Fatima. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We've been wanting to do this for so long, and I'm so glad we're finally doing this today. Susan, why did you think of the name Beyond Art? Let's begin with this.
Okay, the name came to me because I'm thinking I wanted to start something with art. Art is a passion of mine, although I'm not an artist, but I love art. I started collecting art, by the way, in 2008, one piece at a time. Every year I picked one piece to try to fulfill that part of my life because I really do love art. So I was thinking of a name, and the idea is that it's not just the piece of art that we're working with. It's beyond art in that it both reaches a lot of people beyond our country, beyond our language, beyond our background, but also that it's a way of using art as a catalyst to both bring people together and to raise money for other charities, which is what Beyond Art does. We don't keep the money ourselves. We raise money for a particular charity and donate that money to the charity. So Beyond Art sort of came to me in a way of saying that we're going beyond ourselves, beyond what we think our limitations are, and beyond just art as a piece, a concrete material piece, but also a way of communicating and of raising money for others.
Excellent. And I think that's exactly, we've talked about it so many times, and I think it's about time that wherever there are questions raised, like, how did this even come together? And it's very nicely put. Thank you, Susan. The most memorable moment during the journey of Beyond
Art? Let's see. I would think really the most memorable moment was for me. You see, I started doing this by myself. I started collecting art in 2008. I've always wanted to do something. I mean, I first became a lawyer to change the world. And then I met my husband and moved to Norway, and I became a shipping lawyer, sort of by chance. It was never my plan. And as my children got older, I really wanted to give back to the world, to do something, just something, small thing, just to help. And I was introduced to a charity called Women for Women. And so I started this in 2012. I went to Rwanda with Women for Women and saw the work they do with women in Rwanda. It so inspired me that when I came back, I decided I wanted to start doing something. So my first auction I did in 2013, I believe, together with an organization called Women in Shipping Trade Association. And that's sort of a long way of saying the most memorable moment was when I had an auction, and to tell you the truth right now, I can't remember the year, but I had an auction in 2013, 14, I believe 15 or 16. There were some women in the audience who came up to me and said, "This is fantastic, we want to be part of it." And that was Christina and Isabel, women who then helped me found Beyond Art. They said, let's do our own organization, especially because Wista supported me both financially by giving me some money, because as we all know, it takes money to raise money. And both that and emotionally. And there were some fantastic women on the board of Wista who helped me, but they decided as a board that they didn't want to support a particular charity anymore. And then there was sort of a brief flirtation with PWN, Professional Women's Network, and that sort of fell in. When I met these ladies, they said, let's do our own. So we sat down and created this together, and that was a very memorable moment. In fact, Fatima, meeting you was also a memorable moment. I feel like every time I meet a woman so far we're just women, who wants to do this with me. We're all busy. We all have other jobs and children. You guys have small children, but still there's this burning desire and passion to do something. That's because we are such privileged women,
That's
and
true.
we're such in good position that we can. I was thinking about when I was going to talk with you today, I thought, why do I do this? And one of the reasons why is because I can. I have the opportunity. I have the ability, and so it's not just wanting to, but I also have time and energy, and I live in a society where I don't have to worry about war. I live in a beautiful home, food on the table, my children are both safe. So, but it really, a memorable moment was when it all started, when these women came up to me after an auction, because after, I'm usually the auctioneer and I get very, jazzed up and excited, both during and after.
You're
And
so
they
good
came
at
up,
it. I'm going to
huh?
take every opportunity to let you know you're very good at it.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you. So
we
that, and meeting
all
you,
the
our
others.
lunch.
You have to speak. You have to speak. How can you not go on the stage and speak? You have to do that. So because this actually comes very naturally to you, and it comes from here.
It
That's
does.
what it is. And even
Yeah.
for me, Susan, there's so many things we can say around it. Why we do it and what is it that we want to get out of it. But the whole idea is, even people like us, women like me, myself, there is something that we want to contribute in the society, no matter where we live, but we don't have a
Mm,
vision. And it is women like you who put things together, and we're like, okay, maybe this is it. This is where
mm,
I feel my energy can really, sort of contribute into changing somebody's life.
mm,
And I know we are a group of women. We keep increasing number,
mm, mm.
I mean, we are increasing in number, but we
You
do
mean on the
have
you mean on the board?
generous, generous
Yeah.
artists who are
Yes.
men who have been
Yes.
contributing, and it is a collective effort. I mean, there is no gender when it comes to charity. There is no gender when it comes to contribution and making this world a better place. And we all speak the same language, art.
Exactly.
And
There's
that's
no
amazing.
gender, no gender, no race, no religion, no politics in art. Art is just this incredible form.
Yes,
And
yes.
I would say that in addition to meeting all of you who sit on the board with me now in Beyond Art, these artists that I've met over the years who are so generous, because as you know, it costs you both your time and your spirit and money to create art. And these artists, that they contribute their work for free, they give it to us to auction off for the different charities that we support. And I'm so amazed both by the talent of these people, including you, and the generosity. And I am forever grateful for that. I mean, it's just amazing. And you're right, we have some amazing men behind us, who both photographers, and Bruce Nails, that has given us a
Course,
sculpture.
course, yes.
It really is a great, it's a great way to say that this world is a place with people are amazing, people are generous and are
There is
willing
hope.
to help.
There is so
Yeah,
much hope. With
yeah,
so much not going right, there is still so much hope with all that is going absolutely right at the same time, you know?
yeah, yeah,
We are a team of women with diverse background.
yeah.
Was this the
There,
main aim behind this organization of including, multicultural team members, or is it really by chance?
I think a lot of it is by chance. I mean, Christina, who came up to me at that auction I'm talking about, she's from Croatia. I'm from the US. You're from Pakistan. Isabel, who's unfortunately left us, she was from France. Sasha, Russia. Sahar, Iran. Pia's Norwegian, and Linda's Norwegian, which has been great because we really welcome our Norwegian board members, because it helps us. Even though I speak Norwegian fluently, it's very nice to have Norwegians on the board now. But I think as it started developing, it's really lovely that we're all from different backgrounds and different countries, because it's beyond, it supports our philosophy. It's a description really of who we are, that we are so diverse. And it also says something about our whole point with art, that art brought us together at an art auction. Art brought you into my life because you were looking for things in art, the art world, and found us. And so I think it's a real tribute to who we are. But it did happen somewhat by chance, I must admit. That everybody just came from different countries, but it really does fit in with the description of who we are, what Beyond Art is as a charity, as an organization.
Absolutely. What is the best way for new artists, upcoming artists, to get involved with Beyond Art? If there
I
is
think,
any, yes.
yeah, I think, and I'm so grateful to all of you. I always laughingly and lovingly call myself the dinosaur of the group because you are all so much more switched on to social media. For example, this, I'm so impressed, Fatima, that you put this together. And I mean, I use the internet, of course, but you all are so good on social media. So I think the best way is if people see our website and then click on the how to get in touch with us. I know that we've just recently asked for volunteers on Facebook and on LinkedIn, and we're getting a lot of responses to that. So I suppose if an artist is interested both in contributing to making the world a better place, an organization like us, like Beyond Art, thinks it's a great idea, that would probably be the best way to get in touch with us is through social media. But I must say the other thing is, and as I said to you when we first met, we don't have any money really. We make the money and we give it away. So we can't pay the artist. But what I hope is that I was looking at our website before you called me, and I just love seeing. I think the website is amazing. So thank you all again, especially Sasha and Sahar put together this amazing website. And there we promote our artists, we promote our contributing artists. And we hope that by doing that, by giving them another stage that they can make themselves known as artists, that we can help them in that way, a little bit of PR, both in the auction, because I always introduce them, and it's, the art before Corona was always exhibited with a little piece about the artist physically. And a lot of time the artists come to the auctions. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to get in touch with us is through social media, but that's what we can offer you, both an opportunity to contribute through your art, but also an ability to be on another website, to be talked about, to be said, look at this incredible artist who donates their time, their work to an organization like Beyond Art. So,
right. Is there any other way that somebody who's not an artist, but they still want to contribute with Beyond Art? Because, we are out there now on social media, we have a website. Whenever I network, you network, our entire team networks, we always talk about it. What are the other ways that anybody can contribute?
Really, as we say, the sky is the limit. If people get in touch with me, and they are welcome to do that personally, they can call me, send me an email. Seriously, I love it. So anytime, no problem. I think that we need help with ideas. We need help with the auction itself when it happens. We need help with social media. That's what we're looking for now, someone who can really take control of it. Right now, I'm sort of the treasurer, president, doing the finances. We could use that, although we're not big enough we don't have to report anything at this point because we're still so small, but it'd be great to have someone who loves numbers, who can, keep track of the budget. And especially when we do have our next auction, which we're hoping will be the end of the summer, as I recall, that we could have someone, yeah, exactly. Organizing, if you want to help pick up art, talk to people, photographers, people that like to write, people that, now we have Linda, which is such a godsend because she's going to help me with the Norwegian. Again, I know how to speak Norwegian, but I've never learned really the language. I learned it by speaking it. So my written Norwegian, I think, is sometimes a bit embarrassing, although my children say it's crazy, that it's fine. But so there's really anything that you could think of that you could help us with.
Basically, anybody who's looking to contribute in any way, just reach us.
Reach out and we can talk.
Platform, give us a message, send us a message, reach out through our website, through our email, through Instagram, through Facebook. I mean, thanks to social media,
There's you remember,
yeah.
when we had our first digital auction last year, right? Before the curtain fell on this Corona curtain, we had those two volunteers who were so great. Remember the one lady, she sat and took people and, registered them, gave them a little information about us. And then we had help setting the pieces up so people could see the art physically. Yeah, I mean, and Pia came to us because she was so wonderful as to donate, booked. Do you remember the name of Pia's place where she is now? I forget. But Pia has been amazing. She joined us and joined our board, and she donated her the space. So we always need a space to have the auction so we can exhibit the pieces that we receive. So
We're
really,
hopeful.
there's
We're hopeful. It's going to keep getting better and better, is because everybody's trying to make things better every day. This,
yeah,
is-
yeah.
this, is- this, this has been amazing. This has been great. Thank you so much, Susan, for your time and all your efforts in making this world a better place. It's it is one step at a time, and together we all can make such a big difference. This itself is an answer as to why I chose to be a part of Beyond Art and trust its process. We are all working towards women, children, and refugees affected by war, violence, abuse, pandemic, mental health, poverty, and
Mm,
so much more. Together,
mm.
we can bring a smile to someone's face. Thank you so much
Exactly.
once again, Susan.
And thank you, Fatima. Again, you're just a wonderful, wonderful lady artist and talented too. I
Thank
see
you.
your piece behind you. Okay, my
Thank you.
friend. Thank
Bye.
you so much. Bye.